Greetings and salutations, YouTube land. Prevo back at it again with another video. Today I don't have an unboxing for you. So I recently, finally, managed to go to my first live wrestling event in years. And it also included a fan fest. If you've been watching, you may remember me mentioning it a few times. It was originally supposed to be an 80s event, the Fan Fest, and it was supposed to happen the April when COVID hit. It got delayed till November. Things hadn't improved. Got delayed to April again. Things hadn't improved. Got delayed till November, and they were finally able to have it. Along the way, this event has run into more trouble than anything I've ever been involved with. And honestly, I feel for the people running it. Two of the original people died, who are Paul Orndorff and Road Warrior Animal, were both supposed to be there. One person, Tony Atlas, had a very nasty public falling out with one of the owners of the promotion, and will have nothing to do with it now. So that was a bummer. And then one of the big draws, I don't remember the full original lineup aside from those guys. I know Demolition was supposed to be there, Jake the Snake Roberts, a couple other people. And due to the deaths and COVID and this, they kept having to swap the people in and out. Well, finally, they had the date set. And then AEW put a pay-per-view the same day, which meant Jake Roberts couldn't be there. So now they had to scramble. So they switched it to a 90s event. They switched some talent around. They're doing the 80s event next year, I believe. Hopefully. And they switched some people, and then they had more issues. It's like I said, this poor show has been cursed. Ron Simmons was supposed to be one of the big attractions. He backed out for something that paid better, I guess, is what they said. They replaced him with Bob Backlund. I'm trying to remember some of the others. Someone else had to cancel. The Berserker was supposed to be there, but his father died, so he had to pull out. So they replaced him. I know I'm forgetting at least one more. So the final lineup ended up being, I'll just kind of show you. So I had a VIP ticket for it, which got me a poster, autographs from each person, first or second row seat to the action, which this was in a small place, so the seat really didn't matter much. So I'm going to go through it, show you what I got, and kind of give you the good and the bad of what happened. And try to give some constructive criticism if anyone watches. I know this has been long, sorry, I wanted to set everything up. So I guess I'll show off the poster first. Not a bad little poster. You can see who signed it. Now, one of the bad things they ran into is Slick was supposed to be there, and he canceled day of. As well as Duke the Dumpster Droese was supposed to be there, and as far as I can tell, he just no-showed. The people selling autographs, like the photos to get autographed, didn't know he wasn't there until I told them. You can see the poster. I didn't have everybody sign it because some of them I could only get one, some I could get two. It was a little confusing. I'm not sure what I was supposed to get, honestly. And some of the people on here weren't included in the price. They were extra. So yeah, those two not being there was a bummer. Especially because they didn't announce it. Like, there was no, nothing posted on their Facebook page. There was no email about it. You just kind of found out when you got there. As far as I know, they never offered any sort of like money back or anything because the people didn't show up. Which is really disappointing because I paid for 8 autographs and I got 6. So it would have been nice if they did something. Now, they might have announced something, but the sound system was horrible. They did a Q&A session, and the static was so bad we couldn't hear some of the stuff, so that was disappointing. They eventually got it fixed, but here's the pictures I got. So here's Marty Janetti. He was actually really cool to talk to, and he was really funny during the Q&A. Although he kept making jokes about the number of women he was with, and it got a little old, honestly. But he had a really funny one when someone asked what he would change, and he said he would kiss as much butt as his partner did to get to the top. Up next are Aldo Montoya and Bushwhacker Luke. These guys are both really, really nice. Aldo was really fun to talk to, but a lot of people just didn't know who he was. I was amazed, like, they had no idea who Justin Credible was or Aldo Montoya. That just shocked me, considering how big he was for a while there. Luke was hysterical. I got some pictures with some of the people as well. I'll try to post them up during the video too. But he did a very funny picture with me. He told so many stories. The line actually kind of bottlenecked at him just because he spent so much time with each person. And we have Doink the Clown. This is the second Doink who was at WrestleMania against Bam Bam Bigelow. And Bob Backlund. Doink was cool. He was fun to talk to, and he was in the full makeup. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a picture with him. It was very confusing, and they didn't have... Instead of having it set up so, like, there was one helper for each person, they kind of were, like, working a section, so it was confusing. Bob Backlund is either literally insane, or he just lives his character. He answered the wrong question during the Q&A and left during the first question. And then during intermission, he tried to put a fan in the crossface chicken wing. So yeah. He was fun. Now these are some extras I picked up. This is JTG of Crime Time fame. He was kind of one of the big draws there. He was really nice, and he only charged $10 for an autograph, which is insane. This is Oscar, the short-term manager of Men on a Mission. He charged $20, which I thought was high, but I was bored, so I paid it. And then my last one is Die Hard Eddie Edwards. I want to say he was 20, and I thought he was worth it. He was fun to talk to, and he wrestled in the main event, and he put on a really good show. So yeah, so there were some organizational problems. This was their first event since before COVID. They had a lot of new staff, and it was clear they weren't ready. I think they would have benefited from doing a smaller event first to work out the kinks. Like, none of the staff knew what was in the different packages, and it was confusing because there were like 3 different VIP packages, and some of them changed depending on when you bought them. So there was a lot of confusion of they didn't know what we were supposed to have, and I bought my tickets so long ago I couldn't remember what I was supposed to have. So, like I said, there was a lot of confusion. They didn't get photos for a couple of the people. Alondra Blaze was there. And they didn't have any photos of her, unfortunately. So that was a real bummer, because I wanted, I wanted a separate photo of her, too. I was hoping to get a Medusa autograph. Aldo Montoya, I actually bought that photo of him because they didn't have any. Their printer screwed up. But like I said, they had Duke the Dumpster Drosy there, who never showed up. And this is a minor complaint, but I had a front row seat, but I was at a really bad angle. I was literally behind one of the ring posts. Honestly, they should have stopped the row like a seat or two before, because I couldn't see all night. My neck ended up killing me. Like I said, the staff wasn't very well trained. One of the guys, I guess I'll call him ringside security, he literally spent all night just screaming at the wrestlers, which usually you want your security guys to just be silent there, watching the crowd. I mean, he was screaming. He literally ran up and, like, gave the finger to one guy, and it was just like, come on, man, you're working, be professional. And he paid so little attention. At one point, they did a dive out the ring, and, the guy slammed into the barrier. Which, as a fan, you could see coming. If you've watched wrestling, you knew the move was about to happen. And there were a bunch of kids up against the barricade because nobody was telling them to sit down, and they went flying. None of them got hurt, at least not too bad, a little banged up. But it could have been scary. So I would really like to see if, their next event, they have the staff more trained, kind of, watching what they're supposed to be doing. And for the setup, they had tables together for the signing, but that meant it was very awkward to get around for signatures, to the point Medusa and Just Incredible actually moved their own tables, because they've done enough of these things that they knew there should be a gap in between. And it was actually funny, because Medusa was giving Justin a bunch of crap for leaving trash on her table. So that was kind of fun to see. So yeah, next time, offer something if people cancel. If you do offer something, make it very, very clear. Because when you were in the autograph area, you couldn't hear what was going on down at the ring. And the setup was really awkward. You came into the place and you were on, like, one level, and then you kind of went down to, like, the big theater area where the ring was, on the, like, the left, and on the right you went down to the bathrooms, and that's where they had the table selling autographs, so, like, nobody knew where they were. I actually had people in line behind me who hadn't paid for autographs yet, and didn't know where to get them, so they had to get out of line, go downstairs, and it was upstairs to the autograph area, so it was very confusing. I think it'd be good if they gave you, like, a little, an envelope, but it didn't really tell you, like, where your seat was, so they had assigned seating. So I think it'd be good if they had, literally exactly where your seat was, and if you got photos, have them included in there, and have the table selling the pictures upstairs, so everybody knows where to go. Yeah. But the wrestling was good. The show was a lot of fun, aside from the guy screaming in my ear all night, so kind of gave me a headache, so I really wasn't enjoying it as much as I wanted to by the end. But yeah, the wrestling was really good quality. They had a lot of good people on there, and some people who I think will be stars in the future, so kudos to them. I'm looking forward to the 80s event. Hopefully I'm able to go. Hopefully they get all the kinks worked out and the show is as awesome as it could be. If you're in the area, I do recommend checking it out. It's in Melrose, Massachusetts. So yeah, BostonWrestling.com. The Back to the 80s event. Grab tickets if you're in the area. Say hi to me if you see me. So that's everything. I know this was a bit long-winded. Hope you stayed till the end. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what my favorite pickup was. If you have any cool stories of meeting these guys, let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys. Ding! That bell to be notified whenever my videos go live. Hit that subscribe button over here so you don't miss any videos. As always, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes.